favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Yep.
If your family wants to take pictures, does everybody see Joe? Not me.
Let me get on the picture.
Okay, you ready, family? Ready, Joe? Yep. If you raise your right hand and repeat after me, please. I, Joseph Mendez,
I, Joseph Mendez,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the constitutions
that I will support the constitutions
of the United States
of the United States
and the state of New York,
and the state of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of full-time village police officer
of full-time village police officer
to the best of my
to
ability.
the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Oh, with me? What?
Yeah, please,
Come on up,
please.
Come on up.
Stand in front of you.
Pictures of the sign in the booklet. Oh, sorry, that's, I just made my.
I don't want to stand in front of you.
Al wants good pictures, you better get close. Make sure it came out.
Keep going.
Make sure it came out.
You do one more. Okay. Now check the picture.
Okay, yep, yep.
Wait, take one.
Come out.
Do it again.
Gotta get more in.
Hold this for me.
Don't go nowhere.
Yeah, it's recording, yeah, yeah.
Right here. Okay, so let me have the picture while he signs, commits his life to us, the good book.
Done.
Great. Mayor?
With the mayor.
I'm sure that was for you.
How about family?
Any other family members?
Family.
Oh,
Dad, please?
We do it all the time,
Yeah,
family,
everybody.
all of you. Come on.
Come on.
I'm not saying it.
Friends, family,
Val, get in there.
Get in there, baby.
Everybody up.
No, I'll take one. Oh, okay.
Get up there with your husband.
Looks like it.
Come on, hurry up.
All right, hurry up. You're not getting the horses here?
Very close, right?
She's a fan.
Hi.
Good job.
Oh, thank you.
More pictures outside.
I'm happy I got this hands
Done interrupting the meeting, sorry.
Thank you. Great night. Thank you.
What's going on?
Thank you. Good job.
Okay, game on, game on.
Yeah. Are you being on? Want this one? It's more comfortable. This one?
Okay.
I'm good.
I'm good.
We're good? You want the lights on?
Maybe,
Yes, on that side.
are we going this way?
It's on that side.
So it's easier.
Just turn off those lamps there.
What?
Yeah.
One of those.
Oh, no.
I know, I should
should have brought popcorn.
Whoa. Hello.
Okay. New business presentation by Washingtonville Lions Club for their proposed Lions Den at Memorial Park.
For anybody who doesn't know me, my name's Selena Roper. I'm the Vice President of the Lions Club and the project manager for our playground project. We are here as this is our last T to cross before we can pursue state grants and corporate sponsorship, and we hope by the end of this we receive a blessing from the Village of Washingtonville for permission to use the playground project, or the village lot for the playgrounds, and then to accept our project as a gift forever and ever. Is this thing on?
Should have been illicit cycled off.
That one, right?
Yeah.
You told me to hit the button.
Didn't say that.
Yeah, you said hit that button. I did. There it is, it's coming up.
It's coming up.
This is on.
It's getting there, it's warming up. So we, as a club, have talked about doing something with playgrounds for years and years. And I think probably last year we talked about adding one piece that might be inclusive or accessible or adaptive for children with special needs or extra circumstances. And our project idea sort of snowballed into this grand new playground that we would like to put at the 9/11 Memorial Park playground that already exists. But we are going to maintain 4 out of the 5 pieces that are already there, so we are not uprooting anything that's in good shape, and we are just expanding and adding on some more inclusive pieces that can be accessible by all abilities, children of all abilities. We recently solidified our relationship with the Community Foundation of Arns and Sullivan to act as our fiscal sponsor, to accept project funds from state grants and corporate sponsorships as tax-deductible donations from all of our donors. And so the need for an inclusive playground. It is very difficult to get statistics from the county as to how many people over and under 18 might have a special need or disability in the area. So to combat that obstacle, we talked to different OTs, PTs, early intervention, different members of the county who couldn't necessarily give us statistics but gave us their blessing. So in your handout, you'll find a letter from a local physical therapist and a local occupational therapist endorsing the need for a project like this. They basically say that the job of a child or anyone with a special need or somebody who might need extra assistance needs a place to play. There are not enough places, especially outdoor places, that can accommodate and help develop children with special needs and children in general. We'd like to introduce you to the Lions Den at Memorial Park. We sought out different playground companies and we looked at different designs, and we thought that this one was our favorite of the ones that we received. We would like to name the park the Lions Den at Memorial Park because we know that a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into the playground that already existed from our local residents. So we want to keep the name Memorial Park, but add a little bit of lions in there. So we hope that that would be well received by the public, that we are not necessarily reinventing the wheel, just adding something special to it. So as you can see, I don't know if it's if you're familiar with the park, you'll notice the climbing structure in the back will stay where it is, it's too big to move. And then there is the silver loopy climbing thing and the blue and yellow thing, so we're able to move those. The playground company that we chose is also the playground company that manufactures that equipment. So we were able to maintain, we can move, we can manipulate the pieces that are already there. The main structure that exists the only thing actually, if you notice, that we're not keeping is the big boulder. It's really not inclusive to people of all abilities. Mostly able-bodied children would be able to climb that, not necessarily everyone with special need. So the main, they call it a play booster with the slide and the steps. We are going to be adding on ramps with interactive panels, and we'll show you some equipment later, but we're able to add different pieces that are truly inclusive for everybody and accessible for everybody as well. So what makes a playground inclusive, not everybody understands what inclusive means, but the equipment that we chose can actually be used by people of all abilities. You can access it from different mobility devices, whether it's a wheelchair, a walker, strollers, whatever you might need to help get you from place to place. You can access, if you look at the blue floor, from every piece of equipment, you can easily maneuver, whereas everything else around it is the wood chip fibers.
What is the blue floor?
They call it a poured-in-place concrete, and it's actually very expensive, but that is what makes this playground 100% accessible, because you can access every single piece of equipment that's adaptive and inclusive from that flooring. So that gives us, something for everybody. So as a mom, when I had my first child and I'd be taking her to the playgrounds, she was 2, Frankenstein walking, not so level and even. I found personally that there weren't enough playgrounds that attracted to the younger children. As a parent, you're always chasing your kid as it is, but watching her walk and almost fall off the fire pole was very scary. So I've always had a desire to want to add to playgrounds to at least accommodate the younger ages, and now we've expanded it to include special needs and disabilities. Our playground will be able to be used by anyone from ages 2 to 12. So we have equipment for the little ones, we have equipment for the big ones, and of course anybody over that is obviously welcome to come, but specifically we can accommodate the little kids as well. So I'm going to play a little video here to give you a brief view on some of the equipment. This has 2 levels, can be climbed on the outside and spun around. We have a dual track zip line, one side for able-bodied children, the other side has a bucket seat with a full buckle harness. This piece right here can hold probably 10 kids, 5 on each side, plus 2 wheelchairs that can be accessed from the bridge off the main play booster. They're pretty cool. This helps build upper body strength. They can do it together. You can get on and off easily from a wheelchair. This thing is so cool. They call it a sensory tunnel. I think it's like a human kaleidoscope. It's big enough to actually push and move on your own with a wheelchair, or as you saw, you can walk, touch. It has plexiglass shapes and colors that take the sun from the outside and make it a fun sensory tunnel for the kids to play. Another reason why we like the playground project is that 99% of the products that they use are made in the United States. We thought that that might be important and well received by the public, that we are not outsourcing and using local equipment. Another cool program that they do is they partnered with American Forest Global Relief Program. So for the carbon footprint that is generated when manufacturing their playground products, they put it into their formula and they will plant a certain amount of trees to that carbon footprint. Our project, as you just saw, produces 18.14 tons of carbon dioxide. They will plant 54 trees. So that's kind of cool, helps our environment.
Within that park, or?
No, I think most likely where they generated it to kind of replenish the loss. Something that I've been thinking about lately, and especially there's a lot of, I want to say kumbaya, but really good vibes that have been going on in the community in the past year and a half. And everybody's doing a lot of work to beautify Washingtonville, create extra events, bring people in here, and we truly would love for this to become a recreational destination for our community. Not only for our community, but to invite people from all over the county, especially our neighboring towns, to come here. There isn't a playground like this that exists. There's Sally's Dream, which I believe is adaptive or accessible. I'm not sure how inclusive it actually is. but this playground, especially with that poured-in-place floor, that you can literally access all the inclusive equipment, there is no other playground like this, so we're super excited about it. And I hope that one day when this is finished, moms and dads and caregivers can say, let's go to the Lions Den. Not just let's find a playground, let's see where they can go. I want people hopefully to know this park by name. And our goal would be to build, we're gonna do a community build, so this would be built by residents who want to donate their time, fall 2019, though that depends on funding. So after today, hopefully we get your blessing in writing, we can start pursuing state grants and corporate sponsorship and aim for the fall of 2019. Any questions?
What's that one piece there on the end?
Oh, okay, so I'm gonna show you. So this front corner here shows musical instruments that will be a part of this playground. What I'd love to see there is a sensory garden with the musical elements that kind of flow throughout. So as they're walking through the garden, they can kind of stroll along the xylophone, kind of tap the drums,